What's going on, guys? Welcome, good morning, afternoon, whatever you want to say, whatever time you guys are watching this video at. Today is race number 5 in the C.R.K.C Racing Championship for rookies here in, I guess you would say Vaughan, or not even Vaughan, I guess Toronto-ish area. It's kind of like about 2 hours away from Toronto. It's about a 45-minute drive for me, but yeah, about 2 hours from Toronto. But I guess Toronto is the closest thing anywhere near here, or that anyone would know that is not from Lake Ontario region, because Stouffville, no one would really know. But today is race number 5. I'm really excited. Today's pretty good. I had a pretty long weekend, not in a bad way, but in a party sense. Friday night I went to a party, and then Saturday was kind of rough cleaning up, but yeah, totally worth it though. I haven't been to a party in a while, so it was nice to be there. I know I usually have a lot of excuses here at these races, or all my events here. At the party on Friday, I thought I was Superman, and I tried diving over the table doing a trick shot to land a beer pong ball in. Not my most proudest moment. If I have a clip, I'll play it right now. But yeah, yeah.
Giannis taking a free throw.
Wasn't the smartest idea. I kind of knocked my friend in the head. Well, she's okay now though, but yeah, it wasn't very smart of me. Well, 20 minutes to actual start practice, so I'm gonna get dressed, possibly walk the track if I can. I did last time and it actually worked out really well for me because I got to see all the little dips and dives. Not dips and dives, but all the changes in the surface of the track, so that was really nice. But I'm gonna get dressed and then we'll walk the track. It is quite warm. It's about, I think, 28 degrees right now, which is quite hot right now, but it is a little bit shady. The clouds are out and there's a little bit of a breeze, so that really helps. Doesn't suck as much, but you know, Canada sooner than later it's gonna be nice and cold, and the sun is gonna go away at like 4 o'clock, so we're gonna try to enjoy it as much as we can. And I don't like complaining about the heat because I hate the cold. I hate the cold more than anything else. So yeah, get dressed and let's go walk the track. So we are here in practice numero uno, or number 1, as I guess I would say it. But yeah, so practice number 1 is always, you know, a special type of practice because there's different kinds of people that take different approaches to practice number 1. For example, some people like to send it in practice 1 because they think that's the best way to practice, and to each their own, I guess. For me, I like to go a little bit more content into practice number 1 because, you know, you don't really know the track that well. You know the track well, especially on like this course here, but like, you know, if you go every week, but you don't know the conditions that well. Even though you do like walk the track and you get a feel for it with like your sneakers on and stuff like that, you don't really know how the cart is going to react. But you know, after a lap or two, I felt real comfortable and went right on the inside of this fine gentleman, and I almost lose it right there. My back right tire caught the rumble strip just ever so slightly, and it kind of wanted to kick out, but it was we managed. But like I was saying, practice number 1 very much so should be pretty much you feeling out the track, how it's going to be for, I guess, most of the day, as long as it doesn't rain or all of a sudden excessively get hot or excessively get cold, which is not that I want to say not possible, but it's more unlikely for that to happen than for it to rain. But for the most part, when you get to the track, usually it's the same conditions throughout, for more or less. If it rains earlier on in the day, it might dry up a little later on, but that's, you can feel out throughout the day, so that's not too bad. But like I said, you walk the track, you can only feel so much, but you really need to feel out in the cart for the first practice to see how the track's doing, how the carts are doing. Even though this is a rental league, so all the carts do feel a lot different than the others. Well, not a lot, but they all do feel slightly different. Some have a longer pedal in the brakes, some have a more snappy throttle. So you kind of have to feel out the cart, feel each cart, but you have a pretty good idea of how the track itself is going to feel for that day. And with that, we're going to jump into practice number 2 right over here. But we had a slight issue because my cart seat wouldn't want to push up, and don't mind me trying to kick it. The people who work there have done much worse to try to move the seats up, but we couldn't get it forward, and it was all the way back, so I barely could get my feet to touch the pedal. And if I wanted to touch the pedals, I had to scoot up, but the thing was, my arms couldn't really reach the steering wheel. So I don't know if you can tell from like the footage here, but I was like absolutely fully extended, like in the cart like this. So as we're coming into turn 4, I tried to brake, and because I was so extended, I guess I slammed on the brakes a little bit too much, and I spun instantly. And with that being done, I was like, okay, I can't drive this cart, it's not possible. So I came into the pits, dropped it off, and I asked politely if I could jump into the next session because I barely did my out lap. I didn't even get like a proper lap in. They're like, yeah, whatever, jump to the next cart and we'll go from there. But in practice 2, if you look at my kart here, there's quite a decently sized chunk missing out of my front left tire. Now, I didn't notice this until now editing, which is kind of funny because that's a decent sized chunk missing out of the tire. After editing this, I actually started like noticing and looking at my tires before the race to see if there was anything like wrong with them, because this wasn't too bad, but I get a tire in the future videos that you'll see later on that to say it was down to the cords is an understatement. It was pretty rough. Pretty big chunk was missing out of these things. Well, it's mainly because, you know, everyone here does send it pretty hard, and track conditions change throughout the course, and, you know, abrasiveness on the course changes throughout. Some people go off. A lot of people do go off. I've gone off crazily when I first started here, but that's just how it is. Rental karts, how it is. You have to learn this. What's good and bad about this like series here is that you really have to be, if you're very good at adapting not only to like weather conditions, but to adapting to different karts throughout the day. That's how I think you will succeed the most throughout this series, because since all the karts do feel a little different, some have less power, some have more power, and then the track conditions can change like drastically since it's outside. Like some days, like it was raining during the day, and that was pretty much it. But with that being said, that's practice number 2 over and done with.
Alrighty then, so that was practice 1 and 2. Practice 1 went pretty well. I felt confident instantly in the kart. I was right behind that guy the entire time, and right at the end, I felt so confident in the kart with the first lap out that I felt confident enough to go on the inside on turn 1, which is something I probably shouldn't have done being practice 1 and not knowing the actual skill of that driver, and the fact that it was practice, it wasn't even qualifying. So yeah, I was I'd say that was a little bit dumb of me, but he saw me. I almost spun out actually because my right rear caught a bit of the rumble strip and almost set me off, but it's okay. I was able to catch it. We were good. But yeah, I felt like comfortable. That kart felt incredible in general too. I don't remember what number it is, so that kind of sucks. I think it was 96. Not sure, but it felt great, that kart. Practice number 2, which was interesting. A few of the karts here, the seats are adjustable, but a lot of them I think are just stuck, is the best way to explain it. A lot of them are literally just jammed and you can't move them. I don't know if they're rusted or if there's just a lot of dirt in the sliders or something, but they have to fix that. I went off, yeah, so that was that. It went okay. It was kind of bad. First lap out kind of screwed me. The kart was so far back that I wasn't able to reach the pedals with my feet. It was weird because A, I couldn't reach them, and 2, the worst part was, since I was so far back, my hands, I couldn't reach with my hands. If I was able to like shove my feet towards the pedals, I was able to reach the pedals, but I was on like that hump, but my hands couldn't reach the actual steering wheel, so it was kind of really awkward. So you saw it in turn 4, I had to overextend, and I just literally jammed on the brake, and it spun me right around, which was kind of unfortunate. And I just came out instantly after that, and yeah, I had to do that because or else I wasn't going to get any clean laps. I couldn't drive the kart like at all. Thankfully, they let me do a makeup, I guess you could call it a makeup, because I just told them like, hey man, I can't drive these karts, and they're understanding. They know that like, a lot of people have troubles with that, so they just put me in another session, so I was able to get my second practice. That one went really good. The kart I got there, it had that problem with the gas where it was basically on or off. There was not much play, I guess you could say, but I was able to drive it. It was kind of hard the first lap or 2, but just like practice 1, we had the incident where the guy in front of me was kind of slow. But in that kart, I didn't feel as confident, so I didn't want to do like a crazy move on him on like turn 1 or anywhere like that, because again, it is practice 2, or just practice in general, and I didn't want to hit him. That would have been really, really bad. That's that. But yeah, everything's going well. I'm having a good day. It's really freaking hot. I'm like dying of heat. Wearing the helmet for like the 4 minutes or whatever it is while in practice is pretty rough. The race should be interesting. It's gonna be nice and hot in there, but we'll see how that goes. We'll qualify next most likely, because I don't think we'll get 3 because there's a lot of people here today like usual. But yeah, let's jump into qualifying.
Okay, so let's jump right into qualifying. So for qualifying, a lot of stuff kind of went down. So the first, warm-up lap, I had to get around some back markers and stuff like that. Some people spinning, one guy got stuck, so we had to kind of deal with him and get him out of the way. So next we jump into our first, I guess I would call flying lap of qualifying, which doesn't really go exactly how I wish, but we'll see how that goes. Coming to turn 1, still a little bit too far off that apex. I could get a little bit closer to the side there, but we'll do better next lap. Coming into turn 4, way off, way too much of a slide, and we're just gonna scrap that whole lap right there. No good. Coming to our second lap here, Still, again, quite a bit off of the apex turning into turn 1. I should be getting a little bit closer to that. Not very, like, proper. And for turn number 4, again, I'm like a mile off the actual apex in that corner. So there again, we do have to work on it. Turn 5, I just literally can't learn it yet. I really need to practice turn 5. I really need to go out to one of those days where, like, they give you, I think it's you spend X amount of money and you get a certain amount of laps. I forgot what the price ranges are, but I think you spend a decent amount of money, you can do about 60 laps, which is pretty good. But coming to the final corner here, we're finally go for a decent hot lap here. We pass the guy in front of us, and we're gonna do a quick little jerk with the guy in the blue-white helmet right there, right around him. Get right, literally even being that close, I still didn't get perfectly onto that apex just yet, so we'll see how that goes. But with this lap, I still didn't do that well, so I think we scrap it here as well. We do scrap it. I get a 40.7, which isn't our best lap yet. Here is our best lap. Turn 1, we did pretty decent, I'd say. That was probably the best we've done all day so far. Coming into turn 4, we do break a little bit too early, and man, we're just way off that apex. We're not getting the right turn in. Turn number 5, forget about turn number 5. We don't even forget about it. Like, that's not the perfect line yet. Turn number 6, I believe it is. We get closer, but really not close enough. Turn number 7 right here. We get right on it, but we do get a little bit too sideways, which is slowing us down way too much. Turn number 8, final quarter. I'd say we did okay there. And as we come to the line, I believe we get a 40.6. No, 44.4. So right there, that's the end of qualifying. Alrighty, it is race time. Let's get it going. So, this is a very quite interesting race, I guess you would call it, but we'll get into the more details of the end of the race as when we get there. But right here, as we're in our formation lap, for the formation lap, should I say, the guy in first place does do a little bit of a spin in turn 4, but I saw the guy in second put his hand up, and we were able to get everything back into formation, everything copacetic right away. So that right here, when we get on the main straight, we see the green flag go, and we're on our way for our race number 5. Now, turn 1, you're not allowed to pass anybody, but everyone here does go a little bit, like, different direction, a little bit too squirrely there. In turn number 4, I see the guy in second place kind of dive right in on the inside of there, and I was like, well, I'm gonna follow suit and just go right with him there, and it turns out, like, absolutely perfect, and me and him kind of, like, not screw the guy in first, that's the wrong way to say it, but we kind of leave the guy in first place in the dust. He kind of drops right into third on one corner, which is kind of rough. That stuff like that might happen to me in the future, but it's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, lap 1, I'd say is a full success. Usually you don't expect to pass anybody on the first lap in these races because you kind of want to stay very content and not worry about the guys behind you. And, like, well, you want to worry about the guys behind you so that the first lap you can kind of not let anyone pass you, if I said that the right way. But with an opportunity like that and the gap that the guy in second place made for me, I was like, well, I might as well jump on this opportunity, or I might not be able to pass anybody after that. But right here, nothing really happens for quite a bit. It was kind of a boring race. It's just pretty much me following the guy in second place, but he is quite faster than me. Either he had a faster kart in general, because in the straights he kind of walks away with it from me, but in the corners I kind of can keep up-ish here and there, but once he hits the straight, he's kind of like gone, so that's kind of unfortunate. But then again, that is rental karts, it is what it is. But yeah, so we're here on lap number 4, and we're not too far away from the guy in first, but we are starting to get caught by the guy in third place. Well, I think it's a new third place guy, because I think this guy has a black helmet and the guy in first had a white helmet, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, now at this point we have to actually start kind of defending. But the good thing was, I think I did have a faster kart in the straights than the guy in third place here. So in the corners, he was able to catch me, I guess simply because when he's going around the corners, he's able to go full throttle more because he doesn't have as much power and he won't spin as easily. But me in the straights, I just blow him away. I think I don't remember. Don't remember if I was paying attention to how far he was away from me from the straights and stuff like that. So if I only turned my head over here, I would have been able to see. Well, I do turn my head, but I guess I didn't see him. So most likely he was right behind me. But with 2 laps to go, I was getting kind of nervous because I was like, hey, like this is possibly my first podium, second place. That would be absolutely incredible in the dry. So you know, it's good practice. And in the dry, honestly, it feels a little hard on it. Hold on, let me re-say that. In the dry, it's actually kind of a little bit harder because you have to really know how to drive the car to its full ability. And here, being in the first lap, I saw the last lap with the white flag. I decided to go a little bit defensive in the straight because, again, I didn't know exactly where he was, so I thought it'd be safer to go a little bit more defensive, and also do the same thing defensive into turn 4. But it may have been the wrong decision because coming into turn 5, I go left, and for some reason the car wouldn't move, and I realized after, holy crap, this guy's on my car. Okay, it's fine, we're in 3rd place still, maybe I can try to push him off, get him out of here, and maybe. But then my buddy Kunar comes around and steals that 4th place from me right under my nose as I'm trying to push the guy off the cart. And as we come around turn 7, somebody does pop up right beside us, and we have to like go on the outside of this guy just at the end to possibly save 4th place. And I smashed my head right into the cart, just trying to get as much aero down as I could, and actually moves my cart quite funnily. But yeah, so from a promising race to get a podium, we get down to 4th place. 3rd would have been nice, but whatever.
Oh, brother, was that a race? Yeah, things happen. I don't know what else to say. I was in 3rd. Started off in 3rd, which is pretty cool. I was kind of surprised. You kind of saw what I put in 3rd. I'm like, what? Oh, I'm in 3rd place? Okay, that's cool. So I started in a good position. The person in 1st, I don't understand what was wrong. They must have done like the fastest. They obviously did the quickest lap. That's why they were 1st, but it's kind of confusing. It looked like they didn't really know what they were doing, but it's kind of weird. I don't know. I guess it is what it is. I'm not going to really cry about that because it worked out. Because me and the buddy in the red suit, we kind of passed him right away. So that kind of worked out. I was in 2nd place. The guy behind me in 4th, or well 3rd at the end, was really quick. I was trying really hard to defend him off, and the entire race I think I was doing a pretty good job. We got hairy here and there where I was getting a little close, and we got close where he was going to pass me, but then came the last lap. You guys always saw what happened. I saw the white flag and I got real excited, and I was like, holy shit, we gotta defend this because I want to make 2nd. Like, I want to be on the podium. Like, this is my 1st podium. Holy crap, in 2nd place, we're gonna get this shit, right? Okay. So what happened basically was, I think I got a little nervous, and I did what I do a lot in like Gran Turismo and stuff, where that on my last lap, when I know I'm about to win, I go really slow. Not really slow, but I go a little bit significantly slower than I usually do because I don't want to spin. So I think that's what screwed me, and that's what made them catch up so fast to me. And then the incident happened in turn 5. Basically, I don't know how to explain. You guys saw essentially what happened was, I guess I went a little too slow into turn 5, and the guys were fighting, bumped each other, and one guy hit me, but then he kind of squealed his way into 2nd. And I was like, all right, well, I got 3rd, and then like within my head, like within like the 2 seconds that it happened, like it happened so quickly that the guy squealed by me, and I was like, okay, like I got a whole 3rd, but before I could even finish that thought, I had a cart right beside me. So it is what it is. And then when that happened, I was literally just trying to push him. You guys saw, like I was literally just, get the hell off me, like let me hold 3rd, like I want to be on the podium, like I don't care if it's 3rd place, like this late. And yeah, I couldn't get him off, and my buddy Kunar ended up passing me. So that was pretty cool. Well, we tried to pass him. That's what I get for talking a little bit of shit before. I guess that's what it is, huh? A little bit of karma. It is what it is. But you know what, man, the way I look at it is, I'm getting faster. I have obviously a lot to learn because I obviously should have defended a lot better. I should have done a lot better driving. I know my kart wasn't that great, but I could have done much better defending and just general laps and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling on. It was a good race. I had a lot of fun today. We did well. Like, all I can say is that we're improving. We did end up losing a position from pole, but like that's not really like a thing I'm too worried about. But the final lap, final corner, we got pretty close. I don't know how I was able to get that guy on the outside. That was pretty wild. I was able to hold more speed, I guess. And yeah, ended up taking 4th place home. It was almost 5th. I wouldn't really mad if it was 5th. The 4th I'm okay with. That's okay. We got really close, but it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of mad, but oh well. I had to cool down a bit and just like relax and not get too mad about it, but it's whatever. There's always next race, and like I said before, this season is my rookie season. This is just for me to be here and like learn like the whole system and learn the karts and stuff like that. I heard from a little birdie that they might be getting new karts next year, or like even at the end of the season, so that's pretty cool. But I don't know, I'm rambling. Anyways, if you guys like this video, I have more videos like this coming out. I just have a playlist here somewhere, maybe, I don't know, I'm not that good at the YouTube stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, and see you guys next time.